the countdown at number 10 is Millie Bobby Brown. She was on one of my lists of celebrities who ruined their careers on social media, so you know that her lie cost her a lot. Back in September 2019, the young actress launched her very own skincare line for teen girls. It was called Florence by Mills. Like other influencers or business owners, she thought it would be a good idea to post a video of herself demonstrating and using the products. She filmed herself doing a quick and easy nighttime skincare routine using her face mist, scrub, face wash, moisturizer, lip oil, everything. But people started attacking her, claiming that she wasn't actually using the products on her face. Her eye makeup is still very visible on her face, and it looks like she's kind of just rubbing her bare hands on her face, like with no actual product on her fingers. People were angry that she was promoting her skincare line, but not actually using it. She later on deleted the video from her page after all the backlash. And that is probably for the best. And she did not refilm the video. Up next, number 9 is Kendall Jenner. The model isn't one to end up in an online scandal, and out of everyone in the Kardashian/Jenner family, she's actually the most low-key one. But after she posted a picture to her Instagram, people started calling her a liar who's setting a bad example on her fans, apparently. She posted this picture of herself in her bathroom wearing Calvin Klein underwear, drinking a glass of wine. But 17 magazine pointed out that her door frame looked suspiciously curvy near her stomach and suggested that she had photoshopped her stomach to look flatter, which is wild to think, seeing as she's one of the biggest models in the world right now. Fans started to say that she was lying about her body as a model and was setting a bad example on young girls who look up to her. Cruising into number 8 spot is Jake Ellis. The Bachelor had no reason to lie about his body. I mean, you're on The Bachelor for a reason. But in 2017, he posted a picture of himself shirtless in an apron cooking up some food. Because we all go topless in aprons while making a bowl of salad. Not for clout. At all. His followers were quick to point out the fact that the door behind him is oddly curved and kind of distorted, which looks like he tried to Photoshop his bicep to look bigger. He responded by saying he only used a filter and did not enhance it. He said, "Honestly, I only know how to edit a photo with an Instagram filter or a depth effect using an iPhone. That's the extent of it." Lies. I am calling your bluff. There is no way that door bends like that, sir. Topless apron man. In spot number 7 is Amelia Marnie. The Love Island Australia star left fans hella confused after sharing a picture where it looked like she only had one leg. She posted a picture with her bae, Josh Moss, from their vacation in Bali, posing beside the pool in their luxury villa. Must be nice. But people are quick to wonder why she only had one leg. Amelia is sitting in a way where her thighs are pressed together, but we all know that there's a line between our two legs. Josh's hand is placed on one of her legs, but she used the smooth editing effect so much on her thighs that it blended them together, making it look like just one big leg. She may not have realized that she accidentally erased the gap and line between her legs, completely exposing herself for editing her skin. Next up at number 6 is Shay Mitchell. Maybe it's not a coincidence that she's played a lead role on the TV series Pretty Little Liar. She is pretty, and apparently, she's also a liar. Back in 2018, she was busted for lying about a product on her social media. For a few years, she was a brand ambassador for Biore, which means she posts a lot of ads for the brand on her pages. But there was one post that had fans losing their minds. She posted a video on Snapchat demonstrating the use of their makeup remover, except she didn't actually use it. One of her fans took the video from her Snapchat and Instagram and actually brought it to Twitter and tweeted saying, "She ain't even actually rub her eye, I'm crying, LMAO." But she wasn't wrong. Shay doesn't even touch her eye and the makeup is still very much there. Yet somehow, she has makeup on the cotton pad. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, she's not rubbing her eye, she's literally like inches away and then goes, whoa, and there's makeup on here, but not on, no, and on here. So it's like she painted the makeup on there before. Fans started remaking the video, completely mocking how ridiculous it looked, and said that the beauty community was shady. Shay also. They also called her shady. We are halfway through at number 5, and we have Amanda Holden. The British TV presenter went on vacation and had one of her pictures go viral, but for all the wrong reasons. She's never been shy for flaunting her incredible body for her followers, but then she was called out for lying about it after having one of the worst Photoshop fails on the internet. In 2016, she posted a bikini picture of her looking out at the ocean, but the horizon was all kinds of wonky. It looks like it's been distorted, which kind of affects the whole picture because the wooden dock she is standing on is now also curved because of the whole thing. Like, it just looks strange, it looks weird, but with how the curve bends, I'm just kind of confused on what she was trying to adjust. Like, was she trying to make herself taller because the curve kind of bends up? Maybe she adjusted her back. I can't figure it out, but once people started calling her out, she deleted the post. And let me know in the comments if you know what she was possibly distorting. I'm confused. Coming in hot at number 4 is Justin Bieber. During the Christmas holiday back in 2014, the pop star posted about a private jet that he apparently got as a gift for himself for Christmas. Must be nice living in a world where you can buy yourself a private jet for Christmas. He posted a selfie shot inside the jet and captioned it, "New jet for Christmas, and she is beautiful." We don't know if his intentions were to actually lie about it, but it was definitely misleading. Turns out that it wasn't his at all. He actually rented the G4 to fly from Canada to New York City. He shared a series of pictures from inside the aircraft showing off how sleek it was because, just so you know, it retails around a casual $60 million. His fans wouldn't know this, but media outlets did some digging, and TMZ was the first to expose him for not sharing the fact that he rented it. Taking over the third spot is Kris Jenner. There's no denying that she looks great at the age of 64, which is why she had fans wondering why she felt the need to alter her body in one of her pictures and lie about a product. She posted a picture for her Instagram rocking a sports bra, black leggings, and some flat tummy tea. But no one was looking at the sponsored product. Everyone had eyes on the fact that the wood behind her back, around here, had this magical curve to it. It's also incredibly blurry all around her arm if you look close enough. Her caption says, "People always ask me how I stay in shape and looking so good. Flat tummy tea is my this year's summer must-have, and I feel amazing, #ad." The issue I have with this is if you felt amazing, would you be altering your picture? I personally feel like it's a huge contradiction to promote a weight loss product and then say that it works, but then Photoshop your body shape. Regardless, she is still a MILF. Gotta admit. Moving on to number 2, we have Lady Gaga. She's not someone I would ever predict to be a liar. She's been very honest with her fans from what I can tell. And when it comes to photoshopping her body, I just can't see her doing that. But some fans started calling her a liar after she posted a picture to her Instagram where it looks like she altered part of her body. It's a picture of her doing some yoga in her undies, or a bathing suit, I honestly cannot tell. One thing people were quick to notice is the fact that the giant wall mirror has a very obvious curve to it, as does the checkered floor below her. This would only mean that the shape was altered in some way, and it's right underneath her arms, so we assume that it had to do with that. Maybe she wasn't trying to make them thinner or anything. Like, maybe she was just trying to make them look more straight because it was a yoga pose. Or maybe I'm just making excuses for her because I love her. But it could very much be that. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Do you think she photoshopped this picture? Well, let me know. And the number 1 spot is Danielle Bregoli, also known as Bad Baby, or the girl from Dr. Phil. If you don't know who she is the girl who went on Dr. Phil and threatened to fight the entire audience by saying, "Cash me outside, how about that?" Anyways, recently, people started attacking her online, accusing her of blackfishing in one of her Instagram videos. In her video, her skin looked a lot darker than normal, and her facial features looked a lot different, what some people were saying looked African American. She denied the allegations and said that she is not trying to be black and that she had her makeup done for a photo shoot, and that is why she looked that way. She responded to all the people calling her a liar and said, "Millions of people sick, thousands dying every day, and y'all are worried about me getting makeup done for a photo shoot? I'm usually the wild one, but y'all need to chill and focus on what's important right now." It's hard to say what her intentions were, but she has done many photo shoots in her career, and none of them had her looking like this. Starting off our list at number 10 is Bow Wow. It is probably not that surprising to learn that some celebrities pretend to have more money and fame than they really do. Bow Wow was one of these celebrities, but he got caught in his lie on social media. It all started when he posted a picture to his Instagram showing his fans that he was traveling by a private plane. He posted a picture of the jet and captioned it, "Travel day, New New York City press run for growing up hip hop. Let's go. I promise to bring y'all the hottest show ever. It seemed legit until someone Snapchatted a photo of him sharing the same flight as them, sitting in economy class. The user shared the image all over social media and people ripped on him for lying about it. They didn't care that he was a celebrity flying in economy class, they cared that he lied about it. Honestly, they probably would have liked him more if he was just honest about it. I think it would be really cool and respectable if I saw a celebrity flying in economy class. That's humble. Coming up next is Noah Cyrus. The singer caused a stir online in December 2020 after using a racially offensive word on her Instagram story, but then lied about it afterwards. Well, people think she was lying, she denied it. She was defending Harry Styles in one of her Instagram stories and wrote, "He wears this dress better than any of you hoes." She was defending Harry because he wore a dress on the cover of Vogue and then faced a ton of backlash for it. While we can respect that she was sticking up for her friend, people were not thrilled with her choice of wording. After she took the heat, she apologized on Instagram and said she didn't know that the word was a derogatory term and said she thought it meant tired. She explained that she didn't know the history of the word and did not mean to offend anyone. Do you believe her? Or do you think she's lying? I like Noah Cyrus, but I have a hard time believing you thought the word meant tired. Making his way into number 8 is Soulja Boy. We'd be lying if we didn't admit that social media is a place for people to brag about their lives and their achievements. Instagram is pretty much a highlight reel of good moments from someone's life. So Soulja Boy bragging about how rich he is isn't all that surprising. What people were surprised about is the fact that he was lying about it. In 2014, he posted a picture on his Instagram of him holding up stacks of money that looked like $100 bills. At first glance, you might have seen the picture and not thought anything of it, but people online pointed out that the paper behind the first bill is all just stacks of white blank paper. All the stacks of cash say that they are worth $10,000, but people were not buying it. After he was called out, he covered up by saying that the money was a prop for a music video and that he just took a picture of it. Cruising into number 7 is Bella Thorne. If you missed all the drama last year with Bella and OnlyFans, let me explain. The actress joined the app and started breaking records for how much money she was making on the app. But then people revealed she was not following their policies and was overcharging fans for photos. Bella ended up apologizing on Instagram and said she didn't know the rules and that she only joined OnlyFans in the first place to do research for an upcoming movie with director Sean Baker. But then he came forward with a statement and called her out for lying. He released a statement saying, "I would like to make it clear that the news of me making a film about OnlyFans and using Bella Thorne as research is false." Bella swears her intentions were to help the sex working industry, not hurt it, but some people were not convinced. I think that's a pretty lame excuse. Up next, number 6 is Jake Paul. He is known for his rowdy behavior, so anytime one of his crazy stunts ends up online, it's really no surprise. But one of his more recent stunts seemed to be incredibly unnecessary and immature. Jake posted a video on Instagram showing him and his team driving by Dylan Danis during a street interview and chucking toilet paper rolls at him from their pickup truck. Dylan ended up chasing after the truck and it was this whole brawl between them online afterwards. But then a new video clip surfaced from different angles of the alleged toilet paper attack and it looked like the entire thing was staged. Honestly, it looked so fake. People started calling him out for lying and said the whole thing was planned out to be this like publicity stunt for both of them. Halfway through our list, at number 5 is Khloe Kardashian. This one is honestly so ridiculous, it's not something worth lying about in the first place. It was a big debate on whether or not she was lying, so you're gonna have to be the judge on this one. Back in 2015, she uploaded a picture on her Instagram showing different desserts that she claimed to have baked for Thanksgiving. In her caption, she wrote how she was proud of herself and said she set up her tripod and filmed her baking session in the kitchen. People believed her because she said the videos would be up on her app soon along with the different recipes, so that's a big lie. But then some truth came out and a bakery owner called her out and said the baked goods in the photo came from her bakery. The owner was from an LA bakery called Sweet Lady Jane, who also had the same same baked goods on her page. Fans were very disappointed because there was actually no proof that she baked them. They did not see these videos, but maybe she modeled hers to look like that girl's baked goods. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? In spot number 4, we have Tana Mongeau. Let's be honest, she is basically the queen of Photoshop. And the only reason I can say that so bluntly is because she openly jokes about it all the time, calling herself the queen of Facetune. Like a lot of other influencers, she often gets criticized for heavily editing her photos. One picture in particular sparked a huge controversy after she posted a bikini shot to her Instagram. But then behind the scene videos and pictures surfaced from the same beach photo shoot and showed Tana looking completely different. Not bad by any means, but you could just very much see how drastic the changes were on her body in the picture that she posted. At first, some people defended her and said people were photoshopping these behind the scene pictures and videos to make her look worse, but Tana has admitted to this incident ever since then and said it was one of the worst editing fails she's ever had. Cruising into number 3, we have Max Eric. Demi Lovato fans were not letting him get off easy with this one. The Young and the Restless actor was known as Demi's fiance for a little while, but then they split and he did not handle it the way she had hoped. They seemed like the perfect couple, but then screenshots surfaced showing old messages he had sent to Demi's friend, Selena Gomez. The messages were sent before he got with Demi 2 years ago, but in the messages you could see he had a huge fangirl stalker crush on Selena, and he even posted a tweet that said Selena was prettier than Demi. That's awkward. We're not sure if that is the reason as to why they split, but we're thinking that that has a big part of it. After all of it came to surface, he denied everything on Instagram and went on a live stream to say that he was way over Demi and did not care, blah blah blah, you know, the whole speech. But reports exposed him and showed that Demi actually had to get a lawyer involved because he would not stop contacting her and her family members. So he very much did care. Up next, number 2, we have Francesca Fargo and Hailey Kiyur. Now I am putting both of them together because I honestly don't know who is telling the truth right now, because the whole situation is playing out right now. The two hot to handle stars were the best of friends, but then Hailey went to Francesca's ex-fling, Tana Mongeau, and said that she tested positive during COVID and continued to go out and party. Francesca's ex, Harry Jowsey, leaked Hailey's messages online, and that is when everything got really messy. The internet started attacking Francesca, calling her horrible things and trying to cancel her career. Then Francesca shared her side of the story on Instagram and said she was irresponsible for traveling during COVID, but that when she tested positive, she stayed in for her 10-day quarantine. She even shared some screenshots to prove her side was true. So honestly, it's really hard to know who is the one technically lying on Instagram because they have both posted screenshots, so we don't know who to believe. We're just gonna have to wait and see how this plays out. Coming into number 1 is Oprah Winfrey. Okay, technically this one happened on Twitter and then it got moved to Instagram, so I'm gonna let this one slide because it is too funny not to share. She is one of the most influential women of all time, so it's not surprising that companies are dying to work with her and to get her to promote their stuff. The majority of the time, she endorses brands in a very mature manner, but one time she really screwed up and it was hilarious. It started back in 2012 when she tweeted her thoughts on the Microsoft Surface, saying, "Gotta say, love that Surface. Have bought 12 already for Christmas gifts. Hashtag favorite things." But the thing is, she tweeted from her iPhone and it showed in her tweet, which just proved that she was using an Apple product. So how much did she really like the Surface? Her fans called her out for it. One user replied and said, "How much more would Microsoft have to pay you to get you to post that tweet from a Surface instead of an iPad?" The original post got deleted after that, which makes sense since the two products are in direct competition with each other. Beginning the list at number 10 is Heidi Klum. Many people would agree that she has been hashtag blessed when it comes to her looks. I mean, I personally hope I look as good as she does at 46. She is a full-time mom, TV personality, fashion designer, and model, which is why it was so bizarre when she got caught lying about her shape on Instagram. Apparently, the beautiful bombshell felt she needed to retouch a picture of herself from the Emmys. People exposed her for lying because the original paparazzi photos surfaced online, and in comparison to the one that she posted, it showed that her waist was trimmed down and her hips were made wider, creating a more hourglass shape. No one really understood why, seeing as the original was stunning anyways. Like, she's literally perfect. Up next, number 9 is Manti Te'o. The Notre Dame linebacker had been posting all over social media about his online girlfriend named Lene Keikoa. He started dating her online, but never had the chance to actually meet her because he was so busy with his football career. But in 2012, he announced that his long-distance girlfriend had died from leukemia. But then reporters tried to look her up and found out that she never actually existed. Once he was busted for lying, he started telling people that his friend made up the fake account and that he was a victim of a catfishing scheme. Allegedly, his friend confessed his love for him, and in order to protect his reputation, he told everyone that she died of cancer. There's no confirmation on whether that is true or not, but regardless, you literally could have just said that you guys broke up. Like, why did she have to die of fake cancer? It's a little twisted. Swiping the number 8 spot is Kylie Jenner. No one could ever convince us that she didn't get her lips filled, but there was a time when she was lying about it. Although she is more than open about it now, there was once a time when she didn't want people to know that she was editing her lips, drawing them in thicker, and then later getting them filled. One time, she was busted for lying after she posted a picture to Instagram with her lips looking very full. But then later that day, people started posting a photo taken by the paparazzi on the same day, and you can see a noticeable difference. It looks like a combination of lighting, editing, lip liner, just a lot of altering overall. Down the road though, she did open up about her insecurity about her lips and admitted to getting the filler, which we already knew. In spot number 7 is Elizabeth Chambers. We've talked about people who edit their own photos before posting them on social media, but what about when you edit someone else's picture? Elizabeth started getting some hate after she posted pictures where it appears that she edited her own husband's nose. Her husband, Armie Hammer, posted a photo to his Instagram account that looked raw and unedited, like a normal nose. Later on, Elizabeth posted the same photo on her Instagram account, but with a filter and also a fake nose job to her husband. I mean, clearly, he didn't have an issue with his nose when he posted the same picture, but it comes off like she had to Photoshop him before sharing the picture to her own page. Cruising into the number 6 spot is Farrah Abraham. The Teen Mom star got called out for lying on social media by her own daughter, 11-year-old Sophia. In 2019, Farrah did a live stream on her Instagram and started to speak about Sophia's acting class. Farrah told her viewers that Sophia was pretending to be shy about the new acting thing and that she got called out during her class. But Sophia was not having it and clapped back immediately. She chimed in on the live stream and told Farrah's viewers that she did not get called out during her acting class. She said, "You just like to lie on social media and you like to gossip about me on live all the time. Nothing like getting called out by your own 11-year-old daughter." Farrah just laughed about it in the video and made a joke about how she is a gossip girl. We've made it to the halfway mark and we have Millie. We often hear about people lying about their age. For some people, it can be a difficult thing to admit to. And one time, Millie lied about his age so that he could be included on a magazine list of hotties. The rapper was once included on Teen People's Hottest Stars Under 25, which he reposted on his social media. But it was revealed that he was actually 28 years old at the time, and it was confirmed by pictures of his own birth certificate. Apparently, he just really wanted his spot on that list. You gotta do what you gotta do. Fake it till you make it. Rolling into the number 4 spot is Beyonce. I put the pop star in one of my similar lists for photoshopping her pictures and altering her body shape on social media, but this time I'm sharing a story where she apparently lied about one of her songs. News broke on the gram that she had claimed to be a singer-songwriter who wrote her hit Irreplaceable. That is a banger. Not gonna lie. But then the truth came out and it was revealed that Neo actually wrote the song and then gave it to Beyonce after deciding that it would better fit a female singer. And who would sing it better than her? Right? Like, good choice. He explained what happened and said, "One song that I gave away and didn't want to, but it's actually a good thing that I did, is Beyonce's Irreplaceable. I honestly wrote that song for myself, but that song taught me a very interesting lesson. A man singing it comes across a little bit misogynistic, a little bit mean, but he knew that it was a good song, so he passed it on to Beyonce, who apparently wanted to say that she wrote it." Coming to our 3rd spot is Rita Ora. Girl is always looking fire, and many people have said she's one of the most stunning pop stars in the industry. But for some reason, she felt the need to retouch one of her photos before posting it on her Instagram. The gorgeous star shared a post to her Instagram account after performing at the Milano Gala. She rocked a bright red studded two-piece set and looked absolutely incredible. But it appears that she didn't think so because the original photos show just how much she face-tuned and altered her body in the post. Why she felt like she had to Photoshop the original paparazzi photos is beyond us. You can see that she made her waist smaller and changed the lighting, but her abs are still very much real, so let's give her that. The thing that personally bugs me the most is that it looks like she altered her face. Her cheekbones and eyes look different, and her fans were quick to point it out. And at number 2 is Lindsay Lohan. She had a lot of wild headlines throughout her career and a handful of times when she's been busted for lying on social media. But one time that's hard to forget is when the news broke on Instagram of her claiming that she was forced to handle the late Whitney Houston's body bag as part of her community service. May we never forget the time that she was arrested and put behind bars. But it wouldn't take long for people to realize that that was a lie. Despite this fact, the coroner's office publicly corrected her and explained that Whitney was never even in a body bag in the first place during all of that. What a strange lie. Winning the number 1 place on our list is James Frey. He was the best-selling author at one point in time for his novel A Million Little Pieces. People fell in love with his book, and it even landed on Oprah's successful book club reading list, which is a huge deal for a lot of authors. The book was originally sold as a memoir, and that's how he promoted it all over his social media. Then it was later revealed that he had actually lied and that the story was actually fictional. The story was about a 23-year-old alcoholic and drug abuser and how he copes with a 12-week rehab treatment. So it wasn't something to claim as your personal story if it actually wasn't your personal story. Oprah ended up kicking him out of her book club, and he actually went on her show to publicly apologize to her, but also to all of his fans.
At number 10, Corinne Olympios. Like I said in my intro, celebrities are well known for getting plastic surgery here and there, so finding out that someone in Hollywood has gotten some work done really isn't all that surprising anymore. When fans ask about procedures you've had done, there's no reason to lie since these kinds of procedures aren't really all that taboo anymore. Turns out though that there are still some celebrities who want to make their fans believe that they are still au naturel even when that isn't necessarily the case. This happened with former Bachelor star Corinne Olympios after fans accused her of getting fillers when she said that she hadn't. In an attempt to try and disprove these fans' theories, Corinne posted some no makeup selfies, but fans still weren't fooled and they went digging. The people over at Us Weekly thought that this could be a scoop, and so they also went looking for some old pics of the reality star, and voila, they found some. Images from Corinne's high school yearbook were published, and it showed her looking pretty different than she does now, proving that she really was lying about getting fillers. People also realized later that her no makeup selfies didn't really do much to prove whether or not that she had gotten work done, so it was really just a handful of lies on Corinne's part. At number 9, Kylie Jenner. We can't have a plastic surgery video without talking about Kylie Jenner. Apart from her sister Kim, Kylie is the next one you would think of when it comes to plastic surgery. Everyone knows Kylie for her signature big lips, but for a long time she denied ever getting work done. She built her entire makeup empire, Kylie Cosmetics, on her big lip brand because she claimed that for years she achieved her signature look by overlining her lips, and therefore the Kylie lip kits were born. Turns out though that this was all a lie, probably just to boost sales. Kylie famously lied about how she somehow achieved a new appearance overnight, claiming that her makeup skills were the reason, but in reality, it's all fillers. Kylie finally came clean about her plastic surgery journey in an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, where she said, quote, "I was 15 and I was insecure about my lips. I would overline my lips with lip liner just to create an illusion of bigger lips. And then finally I was like, this lip liner isn't doing it. I ended up getting my lips done." She kept up her fillers until her daughter Stormi was born, where at that point she claimed to have gotten her filler dissolved, saying that she wanted to embrace a more natural look, but this didn't last for too long as fans noticed her lip filler made a return a short time later. At number 8, Lady Gaga. Even though she sings about being born this way, that doesn't seem to be entirely true. Lady Gaga doesn't seem like the type to lie about her appearance, as she's been known to be a relatively open person, but it seems like her plastic surgery journey is something that she will lie about, and clearly she's been caught. In an interview with Harper's Bazaar, Gaga once claimed that she had never received any type of plastic surgery procedure procedure, saying, quote, "I've never had any plastic surgery, and there are many pop stars who have. I think that promoting insecurity in the form of plastic surgery is infinitely more harmful than an artistic expression related to body modification." But it looks like her claim of being all natural was a lie. During an interview with Howard Stern, she accidentally revealed her affinity for injections and revealed that she had in fact gotten some work done, as she was once obsessed with getting facial injections. Though she may have resolved her obsession with Botox, she can't truly say that she's never gotten plastic surgery. Botox still counts, Gaga, but you still look fabulous regardless. At number 7, Sahar Tabar. Internet celebrity Sahar Tabar blew up on social media after she began posting pictures of herself with a dramatic look. She claimed that she had received 50 surgeries to achieve her drastic zombified look, claiming that the goal was to look like Angelina Jolie. A lot of people believed her story and took pity on her for having a botched look, but after shocking the internet, Sahar came clean about everything. Turns out everything was a lie. The zombie Angelina look, the story of how she got to look this way, and even her name turned out to be all one huge lie. Sahar's real name turned out to be Fatima Kishvand, and no, she hadn't really gotten 50 surgeries either. Instead, it was revealed that her entire corpse bride look came entirely from Dr. Photoshop. She came clean to her followers after posting a side-by-side comparison to her Instagram, showing how she really looks. She had been living this lie on the internet for quite some time, and because she had fooled so many people, and because her looks were so disturbing, she actually ended up getting in serious trouble with her government and was actually sent to jail because of it. Even though this was all a lie, the consequences were severe, and this served as a lesson to never tell a lie about your appearance. At number 6, Ashlee Simpson. The 2000s were a seriously rough time for Ashlee Simpson. First, she made major headlines after her cringy SNL lip sync fail, but to make things worse for her in the media, Ashlee faced another scandal later on in 2006, this time for her appearance. In July of that year, Ashlee appeared on the cover of Marie Claire magazine, where she was quoted saying that people should love their appearances and appreciate their bodies as they are. She essentially denounced getting plastic surgery and other alterations because natural is beautiful. But even after all that talk of being natural, Ashlee went and got a nose job just shortly after the magazine hit newsstands. She was seen as a hypocrite, and the magazine's editors received thousands of angry letters as a result. People were disappointed that Ashlee would make those kinds of comments while having gone under the knife herself. She pretty much just tried to shrug the whole thing off and waited for the whole scandal to blow over, continuing to deny having gotten the procedure done, but then her dad spilled the beans, confirming that she had in fact gotten a nose job. At number 5, Rose McGowan. Actress Rose McGowan is a pretty open person, so no one would expect her to lie about something as menial as plastic surgery, but surprise, surprise, it happened. Rose is comfortable bearing it all on the red carpet and opening up about her struggles in her memoir, but when it comes to her cosmetic procedures, that's where the lies come in. In the late 2000s, Rose was seen in public looking pretty different, and immediately the plastic surgery speculation began. When confronted about these rumors, Rose told the public that she had to get reconstructive surgery due to injuries that she had suffered in an accident, but later in her memoir Brave, she revealed that this was all a cover-up. Rose said that her publicist told her to make up this story for the public to make it seem like her new face was because of the accident, but in reality she had gotten surgery to fix a mistake a doctor had made when she had undergone a procedure for her sinuses. It was still a corrective procedure, but for a completely different reason than the one that she initially gave. At number 4, Barry Manilow. One celebrity who has continuously denied their plastic surgery is singer Barry Manilow. For years, there has been speculation that he's gone under the knife on a few occasions, but Barry insists that he's never gotten any work done. In an interview, Barry claimed to have only undergone surgeries and treatments for his health, getting hip surgery, and receiving steroid shots, but a lot of people aren't really buying that and have pretty much revealed that he's been lying. It's been reported over the years that Barry has received a facelift in 1995, a second facelift and eyelid surgery in 2003, and then a third facelift in 2005. There are even photos of Barry from 2003 showing him leaving the plastic surgeon's office in Beverly Hills. In the photos, he's pictured with his face wrapped up in bandages while wearing a disguise of sunglasses and a blonde wig to avoid getting recognized. Even though Barry continues to deny his procedures, even a celebrity plastic surgeon can't be fooled, with Dr. Tony Yoon saying that he thinks Barry has undergone too many procedures. But what do you guys think? Is Barry lying or telling the truth about his appearance? At number 3, Tyra Banks. For a long time, model Tyra Banks has been preaching about being all natural and about loving yourself for who you are. In the last few seasons of her show America's Next Top Model, she even made a point of proving to the modeling industry that everyone is beautiful by casting models of all shapes, sizes, and backgrounds, but now it's looking like this was all just hot air as she's been caught lying about getting work done. Tyra once claimed that she was, quote, totally against plastic surgery, even going so far as to hire a doctor to come on her talk show to perform a breast exam in front of her live studio audience to show that she had never gotten work done like people had claimed. But it seems as though maybe that doctor should have paid more attention to her face, because even though she's claimed to have never gone under the knife, it turns out that she's actually received a nose job. Tyra finally came clean about her procedure in her memoir Perfect is Boring, where she wrote, quote, natural beauty is unfair. I really get uncomfortable when women who are these natural beauties judge anybody who's done anything to themselves. I admit it. Fake hair and I did my nose. I feel like I have a responsibility to tell the truth. At number 2, Nene Leakes. With a lot of the celebrities I've mentioned in this video, they've been denying having had plastic surgery, and then the truth was later revealed. But with reality star Nene Leakes, her story is the complete opposite. Nene has always been very vocal about the work that she's had done. From getting liposuction, a nose job, and breast augmentation surgery, she wasn't really hiding anything, but all of a sudden, her honesty about her past procedures completely went out the window. In 2013, she went on the Wendy Williams show and talked about how she was all for getting work done and spoke about how she was thinking of getting Botox in the future. Well, fast forward 2 years to 2013 and Nene sat down for another interview, this time with Bethany Frankel, and straight up denied ever having had plastic surgery. Everyone could tell that she had gotten some fillers, and no one can forget all those times that she talked about her other surgeries. So when she claimed to be all natural, saying, quote, why would I need plastic surgery? People were super confused and caught her in her lie. You can't take that kind of stuff back, Nene. And finally, at number 1, Zac Efron. Now there's a lot of speculation with this one, so I'm gonna need you guys to sound off down in the comments and tell me whether or not you believe this. People are saying that Zac Efron has gotten some work done, and by some, I mean a lot. Zac recently showed up in a video about Earth Day looking a little different. The lower half of his face was looking super puffy, almost like he had gotten a lot of Botox done, and people are super confused. The internet was debating whether or not he had gotten plastic surgery, with some people chalking this all up to Zac simply getting wisdom teeth surgery, using that to explain all the puffiness, but others aren't so sure. According to one celebrity plastic surgeon, it looks like Zac may have gotten fillers to reshape his jawline. It's all just speculation and theory, but a lot of people are hoping that it's just a nasty reaction to a bee sting or something, and that this puffy swollen face of his is only a temporary look.
At number 10, Victoria Beckham. I'm sure you all know who the Spice Girls are, right? If not, where the heck have you been? Have you been living under a rock your whole life? Anyways, the Spice Girls were a thing, and they were a very big thing at that. They were once the biggest girl group in the world, and so many people wanted to see them live in concert. From what I understand, their shows were pretty spectacular, but apparently there was a little bit of drama that was sprinkled in there too, because it turns out that one of the group's members lip-synced most of the time during their performance. Victoria Beckham, aka Posh Spice, spoke out about the Spice Girls' live performances and revealed that during a lot of their shows, she wasn't actually singing. During an interview at the National Portrait Gallery in London back in 2016, Victoria told sources that a lot of the time she wasn't allowed to actually sing in Spice Girls' performances. In the interview, she went on to say, quote, they used to turn my microphone off and just let the others sing, end quote. One of the other Spice Girls, Mel B, aka Scary Spice, denied this allegation, saying that the girl group always sang together during their performances, but I don't know, there's just something that's not right here, but what do you guys think? At number 9, Mariah Carey. Though Mariah Carey is still out here making music, living her best life, especially when the holiday season comes around, there are some who say that her career is over and it all ended in 2016 during a live mishap that happened at her New Year's Rockin' Eve performance. After building up to her huge performance at the end of the night, she finally took the stage, but she didn't end up singing a single note. When she got up to perform and the music started playing, she stood there and said that she couldn't hear anything, probably in reference to nothing playing in her earpiece. As the music played for the audience, Mariah's dancers kept on going in the background, and she shared her microphone microphone with the audience, getting them to sing for her, but nothing ever actually came out of her mouth. She kind of just mouthed the words the whole time. It was a letdown for a lot of people, and it got a lot of fans wondering why she didn't sing even though there was music playing. It's an ongoing theory that Mariah lip-syncs all of her performances, and this one performance in particular is the one that really exposed her for it. Now before I carry on with the list, I'd like to take a moment to ask you guys to consider leaving a like on this video if you're enjoying it so far, because your support of the channel really does mean a lot to us. At number 8, Millie Vanilli. Back in the 90s, there was a huge music scandal that ended careers and later ended in tragedy. The lip sync drama that surrounded Millie Vanilli was one of music's biggest scandals and revealed that not only were they never really a real group, that everything was fake, but they also never sang their songs. The stage act was put together by German producer Frank Farian as he attempted to create the next biggest music stars. It worked in theory, but they fell from grace as quickly as they rose. He had a vision to be able to release amazing music, but he needed the perfect people to sell it, and that's where Morvan and Politis came into play. These two dancers were hired to be the bright shining faces of Millie Vanilli, and even though it was a musical act, they never actually sang. In fact, they lip-synced their entire career. Their act was a hit and it worked for a while, even earning themselves a Grammy for their song Girl You Know It's True, but like all good things, they can never last. Millie Vanilli conquered the Billboard charts and they were asked to tour and perform live, but things started to get difficult for them since this act never actually sang, and playing pretend on stage just wasn't cutting it. Eventually, they were exposed for lip syncing after their track suddenly stopped working during a live performance, revealing that they were actually just faking it all along. This took a huge toll on Morvan and Politis, especially on their mental health, driving Politis to later take its own life as a result. At number 7, Katy Perry. Remember back in 2013 when Katy Perry's song Roar was the hottest song of the year? Everyone was jamming to it, even me. But during one of Katy's live performances, it was revealed that Katy wasn't jamming enough to her own song, because instead of actually getting into the performance, she kinda half-assed it, so to speak, and was caught lip syncing. This all took place at the NRJ Music Awards in France, and Katy's lip syncing was so out of sync that the event's host literally had to step in to correct the singer because it just looked so all over the place. It was clear to those in attendance that Katy's mouth wasn't matching up to the lyrics that were being played, and so the host stopped the performance saying, quote, "If you don't mind, we can restart. We had a little problem," and then they took the whole thing from the top. It was said that once Katy had to restart her performance, it seemed like she actually decided to sing that time, so maybe she knew that she just couldn't get away with fooling her fans with her lip syncing. At number 6, Ashley Simpson. Though people sometimes call it the worst moment in SNL history, it's a scandal that was blown out of proportions and essentially ended her career. In 2004, Ashley Simpson was invited to perform on SNL to promote her newest album at the time, Autobiography. She planned to perform a few songs from said album, and at first things were going fine when she performed her first song, Pieces of Me. However, things changed when the band got set up for the next song. Music started playing, but it wasn't the song that anyone was expecting to hear. A vocal track for Pieces of Me started playing again instead of the next song in her set, revealing that Ashley had been lip syncing the whole time. This scandal affected her career greatly as she lost credibility as a singer because the whole moment was just super cringy and embarrassing, and because she was caught lip syncing. Later on, we found out that the reason why this all happened was because Ashley was advised by her father to have the vocal track and just lip sync because she was suffering from some severe acid reflux that had been causing damage to her vocal cords, and he wanted her to rest her voice a little. I find it a little ironic how this all happened because they wanted to save Ashley's voice, but her music career was just tanked shortly after the scandal actually occurred. At number 5, Rita Ora. There are times where you just shouldn't lie, like on special occasions, including holidays. Imagine lying to people on Christmas or something. Not very nice, right? Well, this lie from Rita Ora didn't come on Christmas, but it did happen on Thanksgiving as she was caught lying to her fans and lip syncing during the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Back in 2018, Rita was one of the many musical guests for the parade and was performing some of her songs on a float during the parade. But when that float came passing by fans, people started to notice that the singer's mouth movements weren't matching up to the music that they were hearing, exposing the singer for lip syncing. Fans got a little upset because of that, since they expected a real performance from the singer, not just her mouthing the words. But luckily for Rita, fellow singer John Legend came to her aid online and defended her lip syncing, saying, quote, "Fun fact, we all have to lip sync on this parade because the floats don't have the capacity to handle sound requirements for a live performance, end quote. It's an understandable reason to lip sync, but just to be safe, Rita also had to come out and confirm that other than this Thanksgiving performance, all of her live performances are real. At number 4, the Red Hot Chili Peppers. The Super Bowl seems to be pretty good at creating scandals. Whether it's related to the game itself or the halftime show, there's bound to be some kind of trending moment during the evening. And in 2014, there sure was a scandalous moment during the halftime performance by the band the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Even though during the performance it looked like everyone was jamming out hardcore and having a good time, it turns out that was pretty much all fake. The band was exposed after it was revealed that they performed with their instruments unplugged and a pre-recorded set list playing over them. After they got exposed, they explained that the pre-recorded performance was to ensure that nothing went horribly wrong, but somehow, even with all those precautions, they still ended up in a bit of hot water with their fans. At number 3, Lil Nas X. Rapper Lil Nas X really popped off back in 2019, and because he gained so much popularity, he was invited to perform some of his songs at the VMAs that year. His performance was super upbeat with lots of choreography and a futuristic theme. However, something very important was missing from the whole show, and that was his vocals. While fans watched the performance, some started to notice that Nas's mouth wasn't exactly lining up with the lyrics to Panini, the song that he was performing. Most people think that it was because there was so much going on at the same time, like the dance and the lights, and maybe it just got too hard for the rapper to focus on everything at the same time, but unfortunately the flashiness of the performance couldn't stop fans from noticing this glaring mistake. At number 2, Cher. I never thought I'd see the day where the legendary Cher got into a lip-syncing scandal, but yet here we are. I'm sure she's done it in the past, but I mean, it's Cher. She's a legend, a queen, and we just say thank you for her gracing us with her presence. Who cares if she's singing live or not? Because I don't. Well, apparently a lot of people do care because she got into some hot water after she and her mom were exposed for lip syncing during a 2013 performance on The Ellen Show. People caught on to the fact that the duo weren't singing live when Cher started talking over the vocal recording that was playing, exposing both her and her mom for faking it. What makes this pretty juicy too is the fact that when fans took to Twitter to talk about how mad they were about the lip syncing, Cher didn't even try to deny it. She's just too legendary to care. And finally, at number 1, Beyonce. Moving on to talking about another legend, we have Beyonce and how she was exposed for lip syncing during her performance at Barack Obama's inauguration ceremony. Beyonce was invited to perform Star Spangled Banner at the inauguration in 2013, but she later exposed that she chose to use a pre-recorded track for that performance because she didn't want to risk anything going wrong on such a special day. The singer explained in an interview that she didn't feel comfortable enough performing live that day because she felt as though she didn't have enough time to rehearse and because there was no proper sound check to give her that peace of mind. However, to put those haters to rest, in that same interview, she went on to belt out an a cappella version of Star Spangled Banner just to prove that she could do it anyway.
In spot number 10 is lying about a crime. Lil' Kim's lie was more serious than other ones on our list. She did the unthinkable and lied to a federal grand jury. Back in 2005, she was sentenced to a year and a day in prison and was fined $50,000 after she lied about a criminal case and got caught. Her intentions were good in the sense that she lied in order to protect her friend who was involved in a 2001 shootout that took place in Manhattan. She was called to testify on behalf of her friend and manager, Damian Butler, and she claimed that she did not see him on the day in question. However, video footage then showed that they were together that day, so she was pretty much busted. She ended up admitting to her lies in her own trial, and that is when she was put behind bars. Rolling into number 7 is song lyrics. When it comes to songwriting, it's not uncommon for artists to work with other people to help create the lyrics to their song. But taking credit for it is never the right thing to do, and rumor has it that is what Beyonce did for one of her songs. Back in 2008, the Queen was taking credit for her catchy lyrics in her single Irreplaceable. Now, she did write the background harmonies, but it was later revealed that Neo had actually written the song. He talked about it during an interview and actually admitted that he regrets giving the song away to her. He said, "One song that I gave away and didn't want to is Beyonce's Irreplaceable. I honestly wrote that song for myself." People were actually shocked to find out it wasn't her behind those words, and it was actually one of his personal experiences. Moving on to number 6 is lying about an injury. Maybe there's been a time in your life that you faked an injury to get out of something, or you made one seem just more dramatic than it really is. Ed Sheeran did this, but we did not find out about it until later on. Back in 2017, he was making headlines after reports said that he accidentally cut his face with a sword during a party. People took it very seriously because they didn't have any reason not to. But then a few months later, the story was confirmed to be a total hoax. During an interview with Shortlist, James Blunt dished out the truth and said, "Ed was drunk, messing around, and he cut himself. We made a fancy story up, people fell for it. It was very embarrassing." Embarrassing for Ed because he was drunk and did that, or embarrassing for us because we actually believe that he cut his face with a sword? I believed it. But I'm also an idiot. Halfway through our countdown, at number 5 is lying about a song. We have already touched on the subject of artists lying about song lyrics, claiming to be theirs, but this is a little different. Singer Robin Thicke was called out for lying about one of his songs to a point where a plagiarism lawsuit came from it. In 2012, his hit song Blurred Lines was taking over the radio, and he listed himself as co-writer for the lyrics alongside Pharrell. But then, 2 years later, in 2014, a plagiarism lawsuit popped up when it came to light that the track may have been a ripoff of Marvin Gaye's song Got to Give It Up. Robin then denied that he had written the song and actually put the writing status on Pharrell instead and claimed that he was not the co-writer after all. When all was said and done, Marvin Gaye's estate ended up receiving $7.3 million for the song. So that was an expensive lesson to learn about telling the truth, although maybe it wasn't intentional, you know? Like maybe they didn't mean to rip off the song, but it sounded like it. Taking over 3rd place is lying about your age. Let's be honest, it is not only a celebrity thing to do. There are times when someone will lie about their age to get into a club, or maybe lie about their age to feel younger than they are or older. But Nelly's reason was a little ridiculous, and fans couldn't believe he would lie about his age just to qualify for an award. There was an annual list going around for Teen People's hottest stars under 25, and it seems like he really wanted to be on it back in 2003. He ended up being nominated as one of the hottest stars under 25, but he was lying to people and to himself because he was actually 28 years old. I don't know how no one caught on to this in the process. Like a quick Google would probably clear that up, but he must have wanted it that bad. In spot number 2 is lying about marriage. There's been many occasions where celebrities have faked relationships as a publicity stunt. I've actually done a few videos on it, so I know for a fact there is a lot. But lying about a marriage, that is taking things to a whole different level. Actress and singer Brandy announced back in 2002 that she had gotten secretly married to music producer Robert Smith. She said they kept the wedding private, and they even went on to be featured in Diary Presents Brandy Special Delivery, which documented the birth of their daughter. No one would have ever guessed that the truth was to come in 2004. Just 2 years later, it was revealed that they had split up, and that is when Brandy explained they had actually never been married in the first place. On her whole documentary show, she faked the whole thing. She ended up giving a public apology on the Oprah show, but people were not happy. I mean, just why even say you're married? But I did watch the episode on the Oprah, and she just felt guilty for having a baby and not being married, and she knew she was pregnant, so she just said she was married. The pressures of Hollywood, I guess.